I lost my virginity to a coke dealer's girlfriend. Sophomore year of college. It's like a Thursday night. I'm with one of my best friends. We're playing Star Wars Battlefront on PS2, and he's snapping this chick. And Maurice, at the time, was not shy to snap chicks. I myself was a very sheltered Catholic kid, and I was a virgin. He's kind of getting annoyed, like whatever. This chick's annoying. She's dumb. I'm like, oh, she looks kind of good. Have her add me on Snap. So he sends a picture of me. She says he's cute, adds me on Snap. Maurice and I are out the next weekend at my fraternity's party house, and she shows up to the house. So me and Maurice are talking to her for a little bit. She leaves, and I was terrified of women. I'll admit that. I hang out with Maurice the rest of the night. We go out to the bars, and then on our way back, we stop at Taco Bell. We see my current roommate at the time, ex-girlfriend. Me and Maurice actually get into this huge verbal argument with my roommate's ex-girlfriend. Maurice and this chick are just screaming at each other in front of like crowds of people. Like they're like they're both just trash screaming at each other. I had started to sober up. I literally sit down on the sidewalk at this four-way stop in BG. BG kids will know this, in front of the founders' dorms. Lo and behold, here comes the chick. Oh, you're Tom the Teak, and just picks me up. You want to go home? I'm like, sure. And she just starts walking back to my dorm with me. Night transpires. I lose my virginity, and I am a mess the next day. Even though it was my decision, I just felt like, oh my God, I was crying. Maurice is like trying to be a good friend and console me, but Maurice, he's way more experienced than me, so he's laughing his ass off at the whole situation. I'm crying like, oh my gosh, God hates me. I'm going to hell. I'm a piece of shit. I'm never going to find someone to love me, like way over the top reaction to this whole thing. So I call my dad. I'm crying to my parents because I'm like, I'm a terrible person. And I even went and got like STD tested because I was freaking out the next day, which all came back negative, thank God. And for like 2 weeks, I was like super just like didn't want to go out. I was very depressed about the whole thing. And shout out my roommate and Maurice at the time. They were just great friends to me. Like, dude, it's okay. Like, you made the choice. It happens. And I did. It was my choice. I definitely just I wasn't positive that I wanted to lose my virginity at the time, so I was just being really hard on myself. So a few weekends later, we are out at a bar called Ziggy's in BG. Ziggy's has kind of like this square wraparound bar in the front. It's me, Maurice, our buddy Kyle, and my roommate. So we're talking, hanging out, just a normal night. It's pretty early in the night. It's probably like 11. This kid walks by, my roommate, and just elbows the shit out of our roommate. And we're like, yo, what the fuck? Well, he flips his lid. And my roommate was pretty calm about the situation. He's like, it's all good, chill out. But the kid was like trying to fight my roommate, like screaming at him and stuff. So as we come over, me, Maurice, and Kyle start walking towards the situation, he is getting thrown out of the bar because he's so like, the two bouncers have him, and as they're pushing him away, we start talking shit to him. Hey, fuck you, buddy. Stay away from our friend. Like we're screaming back and forth. And as this whole situation transpires, I see the girl that I lost my virginity to. And she's running over to the guy getting thrown out of the bar. So I put two and two together. I'm like, hey, fuck you, buddy. I fucked your girlfriend. He loses it. What did you just say to me? What did you say to me? He's like, his hair is all in his face. Say it again. Say it again. And he's getting thrown out of the bar. So I'm laughing my ass off. My buddies are like dying laughing. And I had no clue who the kid was. Like, in all seriousness, never saw the kid before in my life. Didn't think anything of it. Next morning, we wake up in our dorm, and I see my roommate. He's looking on his phone, typing. He's like looking over at me, seeing if I'm awake. I can tell he's kind of tweaking. I'm like, what's going on? He's like, dude, that dude that you were talking to is DMing me. I'm like, what? He's like, the dude that elbowed me in the back, he's DMing me about what you said last night. I'm like, yeah, okay. So he's an angry college kid. Who gives a shit? He's like, nah, dude. This kid's like the biggest coke dealer in BG. I'm like, what? He's like, no, Tom, really. Like, this kid deals coke. Like, drives up to Toledo, brings it back. Like, he's a big-ass coke dealer in BG. I'm like, yeah, okay, sure. Like, I've heard bullshit rumors like that from all kinds of people in fraternities and shit. I ain't worried about it. He's like, no, Tom, like, this is a dangerous dude that you pissed off, and he knows who you are. I'm like, no, he doesn't know who I am. I get on my phone. I have like 10 DM requests from the kid on Twitter, Instagram. I'm like, no. I just start blocking. I block him immediately. Don't even reply. He keeps harassing my roommate. At one point, gets my roommate's number, and my roommate's like, Tom, I don't want to be involved in this. Like, this is a dangerous situation. He has put a hit out on you in all of his group chats with people. I'm like, dude, there's no way this is real. He's like, I'm not joking, Tom. This dude is a fucking coke dealer. So that like was like the point where I'm like, okay, okay, okay. And the DMs were like, your buddy had a lot of balls for what he said to me last night. That's really disrespectful. Does he know who I am? Like, do you know who I am type of messages. I'm like, okay, this really might not be a joke. So this goes on all of Saturday throughout the day. And my roommate's like, I'm going to a party tonight. A lot of the older guys in my fraternity know him. Let me see what I can do about this whole situation. Because at this point, he is like I've already blocked him and he's DMing me from other people's accounts. Like, it was that heavy of a situation. I'm like, holy shit, this is crazy. And I'm freaking out at this point. I'm like, dude, I talk shit to the wrong guy. And of course, Maurice has just disappeared. Don't know where he is. He was out talking to some chick. He's gone. So I'm like, I'm thinking I'm about to get my ass beat. And like, I was really more worried about like getting jumped. Like, he's got my name in these random group messages with like, I'm not going to say any team names, but like groups of dudes that could beat my ass. Skinny white kid's get his ass beat by a lot of the people he was texting. So I'm like, all right, guess we're going to have to figure out a way to make this right. So, and then I really started freaking out because I'm like, does he know that I actually hooked up with his girlfriend? Were they dating at the time? I have no idea. She was snapping Maurice and then started snapping me. She was out looking for dudes. Like, it's not like I pursued that very heavily. Like, she came to me. I mean, she damn near picked me up right off the sidewalk. So does he know that she's doing this? Is she cheating on him? Were they broke up at the time? I have no idea. Mitch is texting me. He's like, I talked to my buddies. He's at a bar right now. Said he would meet up with you. And I'm like, so does he know that I actually fucked his girlfriend? Like, do we have to tell him that when we get there? He's like, I'm asking about that right now. His buddies were like, don't bring that up. And they were like telling my roommate, did he really? Did Tom really fuck his girlfriend? And my roommate's like, yeah, I swear to God. Should we tell him? Like, and I'm like, yeah, should we tell him? Like, is this like, I need to be honest? Like, is this like, am I walking into like a Godfather situation right now? Like, do I need to just be honest and start apologizing? They're like, don't tell him, dude. He'll kill him. He'll kill him. You can't tell him. Okay. Oh shit. This is heavy. This is heavy. So I'm like shaking nervous. Get dressed to go to this bar. It was Ziggy's. So we're going back to Ziggy's. It's probably like 8:30, 9 o'clock. There's not a soul in Ziggy's except for the employees. And then at this little round table in the corner is the dude and these two massive, like 6'8" dudes with all these gold chains and shit. And he like, this big fucker walks over to me. Fuck you in here for a motherfucker. I'm like, okay. I'm here to talk to him. Like, please don't hurt me, sir. And so he sits me down at the table. And shout out my roommate, freshman, sophomore year. One of my best friends for what he did. Because he walks in the bar with me, sits down right next to me, almost like mediating the situation. He's like, look, man, we were drunk. I'm sorry for what he said. And he looks at me, he's like, I respect you. I'm like, what? And he's like, you got some balls for what you said to me. But you have to understand. And mind you, he's 3 years older than us. So he's a fifth-year senior. He's like, you got to know who you're talking shit to. I'm like, totally understand. And as nervous as I was, the whole time I'm sitting there, I'm thinking in my head, I can't believe I fucked this guy's girlfriend. And not only that, I lost my virginity to this chick. So I'm sitting there like, oh my God, like this is actually happening. And he's like, I'm gonna let this one slide. I texted all my group chats. You're good. I told him not worry about it. We've taken care of the situation. Because that was my bigger concern. Like, am I gonna be out one night and get fucking jumped by some random dudes that like I don't even know who I'm looking for as far as to who to be aware of and shit. Like, it was actually a pretty terrifying situation. And again, he has no clue that I've hooked up with his girlfriend. And again, we don't know the dynamics. They may have been dating. They may have not been dating. To this day, I do not know that. So who freaking knows, right? And I was terrified of that. That was my biggest concern the whole time. But it ends up being all good. Shakes my hand. And the crazy thing was, like, I saw him out a lot after that. Maybe it's because I was aware of who he was. But, like, I would see him at intramural games with his girlfriend. I would see him out at the bar. And he would like see me and like shake my hand every time. Like, how are you doing? And I'm like, hello, sir, how are you? Like, please don't fuck with me. But I would say that was a valuable lesson for me in a couple ways because I realized, first of all, for me, and I shouldn't say it in a way that I'm being judgmental because, as far as, sexual interactions with people go and how many people you choose to hook up with, that is your choice. And that I respect everybody's decisions because everyone functions differently. But for me, I realized that, you know, I didn't want to have a high body count and I didn't want to sleep with a bunch of people because I realized like sex is something that is a little deeper than that, like it's not just a physical connection. There is like a mental and spiritual connection. So for me, I was like, okay, that's not the type of person I want to be. And at least it was my decision, but at the same time, I was like, I don't want to, when I do finally meet someone that I really, do love and care about, I'm going to tell them about my past. I'm going to tell them everything about it. And if they still love me, they love me. And again, I think it was a valuable lesson for me to learn that at a young age that I wasn't, and I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but I just wasn't the type of dude that wanted to go hook up with anybody I could at any time and, get to that point. Because I do feel like regardless of who you are, at some point you do, whether you're the puller or the guy that, hasn't talked to any chicks, at some point you do find that person for you that you really genuinely cherish and care about. So I think that at that time, that's where is a truly special thing because when you're into somebody versus just a physical, that's a different type of connection, in my opinion. So, so that's just my take on that. Could be totally wrong, but that was what I learned from my virginity story. And I also learned that you got to watch who you talk shit to. And again at the time, my sophomore year, I was working out every day with Maurice because he was trying out for the football team. Like I was kind of a beast, and I felt good that like I was like take on the world mentality, fuck everybody, and I'll talk shit to whoever the hell I want. But again, I quickly learned, you got to watch who you're talking shit to. I think that changed my mentality to a degree of, yeah, I can be confident in who I am, and I can, be a dog in my own head, but that doesn't mean I have to shit on everybody around me or act like any human being is lesser than I am just because I feel good about myself. So I would say those were the two lessons I learned from that story. I still can't believe that it all went down that way. And my luck, right? Like the one time I decide to lose my virginity, it becomes this crazy, out of control thing. But I will never forget that story. I will never forget that moment because it was insane. As far as your virginity goes, lose it when you're ready. Don't let anybody peer pressure you into that. That's your decision, and you lose it when you feel you're ready with the person you want to lose it with. And the second thing would be don't talk shit all the time to whoever the hell you want. I mean, it's one thing to be on the, athletic games and when you're playing sports and stuff. I think that's a fair time to talk shit or joking around with your buddies or, maybe on Xbox Live. But I wouldn't do it just to anybody you feel like talking shit to unless you know you can back it up with any motherfucker you ever see. Because you never know who you're talking shit to when you're doing it out in public at a bar. So those are the lessons I learned from that. What a time. And yeah, talks with Top. I appreciate all the love. We'll keep it going.
Swear you went and got the best of me. What kind of fool thinks that shit is meant to be? I ain't got time to have a fucking bitch on my mind. Gotta stack up, I gotta get my money right. Speed up, slow down, what the fuck you want? Was on 100, now I'm cutting off all I want. 10 toes down, but you went and cut them all off. Now you calling saying that you want all I got. Ain't no disrespect, I ain't with all the fucking clout chasing shit. I want it all, but I don't got all that you want yet. I need patience, but somehow that's something I don't get. Yeah, I hope he's fine, I hope he's rich, I hope he dumps you in a ditch. We always find something better, don't we, baby? Don't hit me up, don't leave a text when you'll regret it to your meds. I hope he's taking good care of me, baby.
Mic check. Mic check. Mic check. Mic check. Mic check. Yeah, I like that better.